I use my old long mill CNC to make all kind of different projects. I've carved everything from pine to oak to cherry. Cherry is my favorite wood to carve in. I make a lot of these night lights, these little night light catch-all trays. I even cut these handsaws on the long mill after I adapted it to run a plasma machine. One of the first questions everybody asks is, what kind of bits do I need when I get started? Well, you don't really need every bit out there. If you like making bowls and trays, you're definitely going to need a bowl bit. If you like doing 3D carves, you're going to need a tapered ball nose, for detail work. And that's if you're doing any of the larger carves. All of these carves was done with that bit. If you're going to do small 3D carves, you'll need a very fine tip tapered ball nose. Of course, you'll need a surfacing bit. It'd be a good idea to get a roughing bit. And you'll need a end. One of the next questions people start asking is, what kind of spoil board do I need? And I've designed my own clamps and drilled holes in my spoil board to register the clamps, and I've used all kind of different clamps. More often than not, these are my clamps, just scrap pieces of wood. Now these were 2x4s that I ripped down. I actually ripped these down on the table saw to use them as frames around some of my flags, and these are the offcuts. And I'll just take these and I'll jam them right up against my stock and pop 2 screws in just a regular plywood board. But I always keep offcuts from projects just to use as work hold. I just jam it up against the stock, and that's plenty to hold your stock, and it's not going anywhere. So that's really all you need. You don't have to get fancy with your clamps. I know some people have got their MDF laid out there, and I've got my MDF spoil board too, and that's my metal rack I use when I'm using the long mill as a plasma cutter. There's my extra spoil boards sitting off to the side because I've made mine to where my spoil boards are interchangeable. Just pop a couple of screws out, and this whole piece comes out, and there's a void in the center for my plasma cutter, and then I can put other spoil boards on top of that. So that being said, don't think you just have to wait for the perfect spoil board setup to start making projects. Get in there, use what you have, and start making carves.